Hello again, Rich Gray, Bob Kemp, NBC Sports Radio AM 1060 here at Cardinals Camp in Glendale. As today was essentially the interception festival is what you ended up dubbing it on the practice field. But before we get into that, the injuries, Lumpkin, he's out, and the Cardinals made a couple of roster moves, including releasing Bird.
Yeah, he never seemed to quite fit in with his new coaching staff even in the spring, but suffered concussion last week. They have a shortage of defensive linemen. I wouldn't be surprised if they brought in even another one. Obviously, Williams and Lumpkin are out for this week's game. They're the first and third nose tackles. So, they're a little short in that area. They only have, I think it's now 6 healthy defensive linemen with basically a camp body addition today. But, doesn't say much for Bird if, they didn't want to hang with him long term in a receiving situation that's really up in the air for the first 3 guys.
Yeah, and Kerry Taylor, who is injured, he is dealing with a hamstring injury. They are expecting him to play, though he's questionable, but they consider he's
well, he
making
better
progress,
practice tomorrow. I mean, tomorrow's the last practice before they take off for Green Bay. So let's see if he is actually out there in the field tomorrow.
And on other updates on other injuries, Carlos Dansby, he's questionable. He may or may not play on Friday. And Darren College has been ruled out as well.
Right, and the big one today is Andre Ellington goes out. They got Richard Mendenhall back on the field, and not less than an hour later, Ellington goes out, and it's hard to tell what's wrong. They don't have to tell us really ever, but there's no media access till tomorrow morning as far as the coaches go. But he came over and sat on the cart for a moment, and they were originally looking at his hand. I thought that he cut his hand or something. Next thing, they're looking at his head, maybe his shoulder, and then he kind of stumbled to the locker room with some assistance. So, we're not exactly sure, but that's an accurate description of what happened when they brought him off to the side.
And that even just fuels into the speculation that this team will probably add a running back in the near
They're
future.
down to 3 guys. They only had 5 to begin with in camp, and obviously Williams is out, and there's no way Ellington's playing on Friday, I'm sure. So you've got, and you don't want to play Mendenhall more than a few snaps anyway, even if he's, I don't even know if he'd make it through the 15 snaps that Arian's hoping that the first team gets. So there's going to be a running back here soon.
And back to the practice.
Maybe more than one running back.
Maybe more than one. Back to the practice. It was a good day for the defense, but
I
a
guess.
bad day for the quarterbacks.
Yeah, it was pretty much a pick fest here. Palmer threw a couple. One that would have been a 6-pick by Arenas. However, Palmer shouldn't be criticized for that one. If they're going to play Patrick Peterson, they've got to refine. He's got to refine some receiving skills. He ran it out. And there's no way that a regular wide receiver would not have come back for the ball. It was just easy pickings, no pun intended, for Arenas on that one. The other one was a ball that was kind of a jump ball with Fitzgerald and Peterson won that battle. So not too down on Palmer, but Stanton throws at least one a day. And he threw one today, and then Lindley threw another one. So the backup quarterback situation, I think we. Almost have forgotten that Stanton was actually brought in here to be the starter.
Yeah.
And then they went out and traded for Palmer.
Thank goodness at this point.
There's right now at least Stanton and we saw Lindley last year. They're no better than the last 3 seasons. The guys that we've seen pitching it around all over the place the last 3 years with little success. So I'm not sure how good Palmer is, quite frankly, but he's a whole lot better than anybody else out here.
Now, what should everyone watching tune in and expect for tomorrow on Tomorrow Sports Zone?
Well, obviously, whatever we can from today. If there's any additions, if anything, I doubt if there'll be anything on Ellington. We might have something here on at 11:45 at that point. But Arian's made quite a few comments today, including some offensive line comments, and we'll have some analysis similar to what we just heard. Also, ASU and U of A football updates. We got those going on a daily basis. ASU's first day of practice today, so we'll have that update every day at 9:45 until they play a game, and then we'll act accordingly at that time. But we continue our football previews tomorrow with the NFC North, and we're going to leave the Packers out until Friday when we're going to do a Packers preview. And if people missed it today, Jordy Nelson's knee surgery, and he's not playing at any point in the preseason. They hope by the first game, so they've lost their left tackle and their second leading receiver. There's, if you think that Cobb's number one, Nelson would be number two, and I think the Packers took the lead today as the team that's had the worst training camp in the NFL.
So that'll be tomorrow's Sports Zone Plus. The Packers got Vince Young though. That's a good thing, right?
Maybe he can play receiver or left tackle.
So keep checking out BobcatBottomline.com and NBC Sports Radio AM 1060.com for the latest on Cards Camp 2013. This has been another video blog for Bob Kemp. I am Rich Gray. Thanks for watching. We'll talk to you tomorrow, last day of practice for the Cardinals before they head to Green Bay on NBC Sports Radio AM 1060.com.